Yes, graduates, welcome to Hard Talk Podcast with HTK. Fasten your seatbelts. Hey, users and subscribers. This is another Hard Talk with HTK. Man, I am feeling so proud, so elated, so listen, me over the moon with joy about this situation. Now, who remembers this interview that I did with this lady? Take a look.
So did you ever, because we know you confronted the uncle,
Yes.
did you ever confront his wife? Did you ever confront your grandmother? Was your sister ever aware of it? Because you said you shared a bed with her. Did you confront anybody else to say, did you know this was happening to me?
My sister, one night when I came back in, my sister was awake. And she was like literally shivering. And I said to her, I'm tired of this, I'm tired of this. I say, me and you try catch him and make Miss Me. We call my grandma Miss Me. I said, me and you try catch him and make Miss Me find out what I do to me. And we
Yeah.
planned it that, okay, if him come for you tomorrow night, we're going to try grab him and scream out. So I said to my sister, okay, you sleep out on the outside, because my sister would never, because she knew he was always taking me. So she was always sleeping towards the wall. And to me, he's already doing it to me. I didn't want him to do it to her. So I would just use my body to protect her.
Well, we now have an update to this case. The uncle has been arrested, yes, and currently on bail. This lady's tears were not in vain. She came out, she spoke her truth, and she was insistent on getting justice. Yes, for what happened to her when she was a child. I'm telling you, some of these people on the internet would like to silence victims, not knowing that this is the result that this victim needs in order to move on and to heal. Yeah, man, that is how it is. Sometimes it's a long rope, short catch situation. You might think that you have gotten away with taking advantage of vulnerable children, and by the time you look, all when you are about to meet your maker, you still have to be held to account. This will be the fate of a lot of you out there if victims speak out against the injustice done towards them. The Purple Heart community celebrates with you, and we are so happy that you have gotten the chance to see this take place and that your story has not fallen on deaf ears. Well done to the Jamaica Constabulary Force and to any investigator who was involved in following up this case to make sure that this man was brought into questioning and shall face his day in court. Quality blogging and sharing of information is about the spreading of truths, not lies, not deception, not gossip and manufactured stories, evidenced truth, facts. These are the things that brings results. Some of you need to take notes on how it is done. Listen, those mothers who are enablers of men like this, one day those little ones will grow and speak aloud about the things that were allowed to happen to them while you remained complicit and silent. And this is why no one naga like me, because we don't believe in silencing victims. We do not believe in being enablers of anybody who targets minors. No, we don't befriend child molesters or PDFs. No, we don't. We condemn such behaviors out here. And we are proud to stand by any victim who wishes to share their story and demand justice. This is a space where they will always have a voice, regardless of what others may perceive to be lies. We will do our investigations to ensure that the tales being told are not fabricated. Yes, how many of you out there would have shared this story, spoken on it, and represented this individual lady who was crying out for help and justice? Not many. Why? Because this doesn't sell like lies sell. This is not gossip, this is real life situations. No, you wouldn't represent like this. None of you out there would take up this case because, boy, we no want go in at that. I better she move on. Leave it to God. I have never been able to understand this mindset. So, once again, big up to this lady for not backing down, for representing herself well, for making sure her story was told, and insisting on justice. I trust and hope that the Jamaica court system will work in your favor, and that this man will be made to face his judgment and receive the consequences with the full arm of the law. And ask if this lady never got a fight in her people. When I tell you that when she came out with her story, even her own sister became her number one enemy. This woman got a fight from every corner of her family. Instead of standing with her and seeing to it that she received the justice that she deserved, they condemned her and rejected her and wanted her to remain silent and to allow this man to leave this earth without facing his judgment. This is how enablers work. They try to make the person who speaks their truth look like the problem. But in fact, they are only condemning themselves. On another note, we continue to keep a vigilant eye on the case of Adriana Young, another child whose justice will come no matter how long it takes. Now, one of the things that has come up in the whole discussion around that child is why is it that her shorts when she was removed from the pool was covered in bleach? Now, in case you're not aware, bleach is one of the things that people who are trying to hide a crime will use on a site to remove any evidence. With this case, there are more questions than answers, and we still patiently await the toxicology report. At a recent vigil for the young lady, a crocodile turned up. Many Guyanese have interpreted this to be a spiritual attack. The Adriana case is one where even in death, the public refuses to allow the silencing of the victim. They will get the justice because they insist on it and they will not let it go. And I love that when people stand up for what is right. But some of you out here know nothing about that. No. You are too base in character to even fathom what it means to stand up for the right thing. You allow your personal vendettas to overcrowd your thinking and to deceive what comes out of your mouth. It is so tainted and dripping with lies and deceit that you can never represent anything of value. Continue to make fools of yourselves. It is laughable. Look at this little boy. This little boy here actually took his own life. Reason for that was he was being persistently bullied in school after a teacher humiliated him on a regular basis. It tormented him so much that he felt that he could not go on. He took an armed weapon and took his own life. That was as a result of being silenced. Nobody was hearing his story, seeing his side of life. Nobody cared when he was being humiliated, when he was being targeted, bullied, abused. Nobody stood up for that child. Some of you would rather that than to have anybody stand up and speak out. Some of you would support platforms that are about silencing and muting victims. Some of you will give your time and your views to platforms that are laced with lies, deceit, and nonsense just for entertainment. I'm very pleased and proud to stand on the opposite side of every single one of you and to laugh at the nonsense that you spit on a day-to-day basis, trying to stop bloggers like myself from actually bringing integrity to the platforms that you guys corrupt. The blind will continue to lead the blind, and the fools will be led by even bigger fools. But give God thanks for spaces like these where we have thinkers, reasoners on a different level who do not get caught up in personal feelings when it comes to representing those who need to be represented. Mr. Graduates, the latest nonsense that they have tried to put out is that HTK Muma sell a market. And that HTK husband come from Mountain View. And that HTK breed by our cousin. No, sir. Oh, there was one more. That HTK auntie me beg for and give money to. And HTK go on like she never know says her auntie. And never afraid. Listen. All of this for jealousy, envy, grudge. Huh? Carry on. Ah, boy, listen. Me just have to take bad things but joke because it is funny. It is very, very funny. Anyway, I'm going to leave them to it, because as I said, I cannot win with lies because me can't lie like that. Me don't know how to lie like that. I don't know how to lie like that. But what I will do is laugh in their face with the truth every single time. So I wait for those files to dash so I can make fools out of the lot of you. This is your girl, Head Teacher K. One HTK and never two.